Welcome into Travelwise Tuesday's Fork on the Road Show. Tasting America on a budget, only on the Thrift Store Rundown. Doesn't anybody not like the great outdoors? One of the major perks about the great outdoors, especially in the summertime, is outdoor dining, which is what today's video is all about. I'm at the McLoone Boathouse in West Orange, New Jersey, about ready to dine on a feast for all five senses. That's coming up next. It's thrifting time! Adjacent to the McLoone Boathouse in West Orange is the West Orange Reservoir. Right now I'm walking one of two pathways to the reservoir. It features 3 fountains amidst a wide open lake, plus a playground for the kids, paddle boats for the summer, shaped like ducks, and one long scenic nature walk, where one can get up close and personal with nature while tending to their hungry appetites. You can even take the train circling the reservoir as you hear right now. In fact, let me show you what I mean. So we established that the outside area of McLoone's Boathouse is pretty darn gorgeous. But what about its immediate facade? And better yet, what about its food? Well, that's yet to be seen as we take a look at the August 2020 issue of New Jersey Monthly. The 20 top picks for outdoor dining. I picked this up back home at Unique in Patterson for 50% off of $1.99, and true to form, I'll be dining outside in the patio area. So, let's get started. We're gonna highlight 3 things today. First up, the Great New Jersey Monthly Scavenger Hunt for 2020. It's time to play. Tired of being indoors? Travel the state safely. This was during the pandemic, obviously. And show us your selfies at NJ's most iconic destinations. The destinations are on the right here. Historic sites down the shore, northern New Jersey, central New Jersey, southern New Jersey. Take a hike. Special shout out to the Great Falls back home in Patterson. I've been there a couple times. Actually, you can see a video in the description below. Click on the link. I went there to review a National Parks item, you know, from the Ken Burns documentary, National Parks, America's Best Idea. This is a summary of the scavenger hunt, the grand prize, the locations, the rules, and how you can enter to win. Special shout out to those who visited the Great Falls back home. But now it's time for the item du jour, great outdoor dining. As Jersey has cautiously emerged from the clutches of COVID-19, restaurants greet them with a generous helping of sun, moon, stars, and fresh air. For example, the towers of Lower Manhattan shimmer in the setting sun as diners at Boathouse in Jersey City settle in with cocktails and a menu ranging from pastas to lobster rolls, burgers, and steak. Covering all regions of New Jersey, North, South, and Central, we have here 20 picks for the best outdoor dining as of 2020. So yes, this is just a couple of years old. Check online, call up if you have to make sure all the addresses, both street and web, are accurate. But as far as I'm concerned, we got some pretty good recommendations here. Of course, this is the recommendation du jour, McLoone's Boathouse in West Orange. Overlooking the reservoir and the South Mountain Recreation Complex, McLoone's feels more like a rustic lodge than a restaurant next to a skating arena and a zoo. The Turtleback Zoo, to be precise. Most of the tables with big umbrellas like the one we're on right here.
And like,
enjoy clear views of the reservoir and the forested area beyond. There's a lighted path perfect for a stroll before or after a meal. Steak, chicken in my case, obviously seafood. This is a Boathouse or pasta. So that gives you a sense of how varied the menu is that you just saw. One problem, the wind. General Manager Robert Giuso says, we probably go to 100 umbrellas in the summer. Then again, on sultry summer nights, diners find the breeze rather welcome. This is the address, the number, the website, all still fairly accurate. We also have here photos of some of the outdoor scenery from some of the restaurants here, like Water Star Grill in Stone Harbor, Cafe Matisse in Faubourg. That, of course, is a Parisian bistro. Marina Grill in Belmar. World Coffee, Cape May, Wildwood, West Orange, obviously, Jersey City, Point Pleasant Beach, Asbury Park, The Works. This article is by Eric Levin, and he and his team, I think, did one stellar job. There's something here for everyone. Oh, another problem? Dining outside the patio at McLoone's Boathouse. The insects and the bees that come on the patio. I'm sorry, the birds and the bees. Which reminds me, this would be a great place for a date night. And if that date night proves to be successful, well, you know what to do. Here we have the August events guide. And even though I've never been to one, I have a soft spot for drive-in theaters. After all, this is the birthplace of the drive-in theater, a classic part of Americana. This is the Dulce Drive-In Theater in Vineland, one of the major events going on in August. You can access this via BoxCon, app for reserving parking spaces in drive-in theaters in North Jersey towns, including this one in Vineland, which just so happens to be the first drive-in theater and the only actual operating drive-in theater in New Jersey. Pretty darn cool. If that doesn't float your boat, well then, why don't it literally float your boat on the family fun section here, the HAB Award. In-person arts, garden glory. Here's a list of rescheduled or canceled events as of August 2020. The content here varies. It could be as light as an interview with entertainer Billy Van Zandt, or it could be as heavy as the continuing protests on white-on-black lethal violence, especially when it comes to crooked police. Oh man, I definitely want to go to Calandras in the future. I want to bookmark that on my bucket list. But I tell ya, this is definitely one issue of NJM that come late spring and of course summertime and even early fall, you definitely want to sink your teeth and eyeballs into, especially your eyeballs. Given the aesthetic appeal of this one, there's so much going for it. Yes, this is a boathouse, and we're sitting almost lakeside, but if you've been watching in real time, you'll know that there's a certain menu item in each restaurant that I visit to that's become almost my kryptonite. That's an all too familiar sight, isn't it? And that's quite a familiar sound. That's actually the train whistle that goes all around the park behind us. But it's time for my favorite part of the show, waiting and craving. It's never really much of a good idea to film with the sun behind you, but what is a good idea is to pick up this issue of NJM if you can find it in your local thrift store, because otherwise it's the only way to find it. It gets all 5 claps. Oh, and one other rated feature that I forgot to mention about outdoor dining is the gossip is so much better here because it's sort of uninhibited. The gossip freely flows, whether you hear a teacher talking about what a class is going to do for their graduation, or a nurse discussing which patients she ended up saving, and all the while discussing the exes or the fiancés that they vined and dined over the past few months, especially during this type of weather. That's one underrated feature I forgot to mention. I sincerely hope you enjoyed watching this edition of Travelwise Tuesdays because I think it's in my top 5 for sure. So, with the near solar eclipse eclipsing my face and my lunch, I'll simply bid you adieu from McLoone's Boathouse. As always, stay tuned and stay hungry. And may your upcoming summer go as swimmingly as my solo lunch date is. Thanks for watching.
As a boy, I grew up in the Oranges. It makes me miss my parents that they were not around to see that we would have a restaurant in West Orange. But it's a really imposing place. I think when people walk in the door, they are absolutely amazed. We have gigantic fireplaces, beautiful rooms with great views of the water, the patio, but also a fire pit. And the fall, when you see all of the trees turning colors, it's an absolute awe-inspiring moment out there. So by the time someone sits down, they're pretty immersed in a very warm and welcoming ambiance. Our chefing staff is terrific, and I think that the menu has a broad variety of items on it because we know we're getting a lot of different people there. We're getting people who are coming there from work, but we're also getting people coming on a vacation. We're getting people with families. This has been a really personal kind of thing, and the hardest part for us is to be able to convince someone that they can have a really high-end steak or a stuffed lobster dish, and that we can deliver that at the same level that we could deliver something more modest like just a grilled cheese for your child. There aren't a lot of restaurants in this world trying to do those two things, and maybe that's our niche.
Thanks for watching. Check out more TSR by clicking on another awesome review like this one, top left. And be sure to subscribe by clicking top right. Until next time, I'll catch you on the Thrift Side.